Crusaders, the EA logo. You remember when the mere sight of that didn't send your genitals coiling back up inside your body while nearby pets bared their teeth and arched their backs in feral reaction to the presence of purest evil? Then you might just be the Immortal. That joke's what we call a time bomb in the industry. It's only gonna get better the older it gets, you see. Might not be funny, but I'm technical, and that's just as good. Trust me, I'm gaming's Bill Hicks. The Immortal, developed by Sandcastle, published by EA, released for the Apple IIGS first in 1990, with ports to Amiga, Atari ST, DOS computers, the NES, and this final Genesis version landing over the following year, this one in the July of 1991. And we're covering this particular port here on Retro Rumble for one very good reason. It has been tweaked to be, to quote Shakespeare himself, as bloodthirsty as a shithouse rat at a constipation clinic. The physical manifestation of death on the box art and the title screen might only pop in for a 2-second cameo in-game, but by crikey, his darkest designs will haunt your every footstep. But more show, less tell. Here's your campaign setup. An image of the old wizard Mortimer leaps from the candle and begins to speak. Dunrick, you have come to save me. I'm in the dungeons far below. I know I can count on you. This explains your old teacher's mysterious disappearance. But there is one thing strange about the message. Your name is not Dunrick. You don't actually get a name, so feel free to make up your own excellent wizard mantle. Mine is Balthazar Miracle Toes. His feet will fit literally any pair of shoes. Give him yours and try it if you don't believe me. Oh no, he disappeared with your expensive boots, oh dear. Balthazar may or may not own a burgeoning chain of shoe boutiques across the kingdom that really isn't any of your business, but take that, you slipperless clod! How dare you assault me without so much as a pair of sandals to loot from your worthless carcass? Down here, there's another barefoot peasant. Right, now here's how the combat works. Health bars are brown with green dots, stamina meters are grey with purple dots. Yours is on the right, your opponent's on the left. You hold the C button and use the D-pad to dodge left and right, and when you want to go on the offensive, the A button stabs your dagger straight forward, and left and right on the D-pad alone will give you forehand and backhand slashes. Now, the most important part of fighting in the Immortal is to pay attention to the stamina bar. The higher it goes, the more worn out you're getting. The more worn out you're getting, the slower your attacks are going to be, giving the enemy a progressively bigger window to hit you. Now to fix that, you just sit back and dodge for a while. They always swing left to right or right to left, nothing fancy there. And you hit back when they're good and tired. As simple as a drunkard's baby. I see you have come. You must rescue Mortimer. He is captive many levels below. The entrance to the lower levels is hidden. Here is a key you will need. I must go now. No, come back, useless warrior. I shall need an easily defeatable snack for my long journey. Damn it. So, the combat is nothing to be scared of once you know how pitifully stupid every single one of your opponents is. No, the real problem you're going to face here in the Immortal is the sheer level of dead-ass surprise, trial and error deaths that the game throws at you every step you have the audacity to take in its company. Look at this clown. Stop! I forbid you to come any closer! Whoops, my foot slipped. Foolish old man! The font in this game occasionally renders a bunch of weird artifacts on the letters to make it look like the goblins have comedy speech impediments. Foolish old man! Prepare to dinosaurs! Christ almighty. That is what you call a sharp fucking knife, isn't it? Even if you miss, you probably open up a wound in the space-time continuum and kill them as they instantly go insane from beholding all their possible demises in 1,000 simultaneous realities. Just through here is a room that will fire spears at your body until you are dead. You gotta... ah, shit. Fuck. God almighty, they're everywhere. There, you can get out of there without incident if you don't tread on the wrong tiles like I did. I did it on purpose. Fuck your traps. This pitch-black chamber plays host to the Shades, invisible monsters whose shadows you can see if you use the fireball scroll you picked up earlier to light the torches on the wall. I know where they are already, so I'm not going to bother. Plus, aiming and using the fireball scroll is really just a mechanic the developers put in to try to get you to throw your controller out the nearest window. God damn it, I'm 170 years old, I need a nap. Every time you go to sleep in the Immortal, you get some plot, which is nice. The straw is a small but welcome comfort in your first day's travel. You drift into an uneasy slumber, wondering about Mortimer. Where is he now? Can you rescue him? You dream of dangers that lie ahead. Christ! That shrieking opening chord on the soundtrack. Wakey, wakey! You gotta hold your amulet up to the light to get out the first level here, but for the love of God, do not read the runes, or you'll take a very different exit from life! You know what I'm saying? So, there'd be no reason you wouldn't read those runes the first time through, would there? Yeah, this is the kind of trial and error shit that the Immortal loves to pull on you right the way through, so it's... In the very first room of the game, that traditionally impenetrable safe haven where you're usually just taking your time to get used to the control scheme, a gigantic fucking murder worm will spring out of the ground and insta-kill you. Murder worm doesn't give a shit if you're just trying to get a feel for the clunky isometric layout. Murder worm cares only for... well, murder, obviously, but falling education levels among his people too. The increasing pedestrianisation of his home, these are issues that matter to Murder Worm. We're up against a beast man with an enormous penis right here. That won't save you. Nothing can save you from my tiny knife. Bop! No shoes again, look. This place is ripe for one of Balthazar's black market footwear emporiums. There's some deadly soul-devouring will-o'-the-wisps through here. But they can hold their shit up for just a second while I deal with this fat criminal in the corner. Check this out. Greetings, friend. Come, I've got something you need. These parts are plagued with slime. You can't venture safely without my slime oil for boots, a bargain at only 80 gold pieces. Outrageous! I would sooner dissolve. Alright, 60 gold pieces for my oil. Rub it on your boots and slime won't touch you. 60, friend. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do business. Alright, let's read our will-o'-the-wisp charm spell right here to make friends with the irritating little bastards. They'll follow us around now until we order them to chew the life out of someone. Heal, Boglight! Nice. Don't forget your stone right here. Best stone. Now, if you haven't got enough money for the anti-slime boot oil, even after haggling the merchant down, don't worry. Or, well, do worry. It's going to make the end of the level a hell of a lot more aggravating, but it's not, you know, necessary. You can't fight the slimes. Just touching them will let them assimilate you into their storied, slimy culture and an exciting new life as a green puddle. You saw me refuse to touch something wet and green while I was searching a bone pile in the first room of the stage. One of the more obvious traps. Name me something good that's wet and green. Apart from Vulcan blood. Hail Romulus! Go, my pets. Kill for me. Out of the way, you drooling lobotomite. We're going to assassinate the Goblin King. When they do this quick, you won't have to fight either of his guards. The deed is done, fools! You have failed your monarch! Your kingdom is fallen! Now, we just planted giant poisonous toadstools in the royal garden, but he's tougher than he looks. The king is not dead. But the poison is taking effect. When he sees you, he attempts to speak. Give me water, the fountain. I give you information. Peace. Give him water. Yeah, I'll tell you how to. Next level. Past slime. 3 jewels. Slime. Rock becomes. Floor. Right, left, center of the... Then silence. His hand opens, releasing a key. I'm a hero. You can drink that water yourself in front of him, but he doesn't give you the satisfaction of croaking abuse at you while you piss on his face. I guess that's why he's the king. Alright, we got ourselves the dust of complacence a while back, and we're going to use it to drug a dwarf into doing what we want now. Funny word, complacence. With the way it's spelt here, it means to be obliging and compliant, but complacence spelt slightly differently, but sounding exactly the same, means to be smugly overconfident. Check this rude son of a bitch. Don't bother me. I'm cutting a gem. Yes, you need it. No, you can't have it. Wouldn't give it to anyone. Least of all you. Go away. Perhaps psyche-altering mold spores will change your mind, you squattish mind pleb. Let me help you. Please take this gem. No, really, I insist. Take it and go with my blessings. Good luck. That's better. Now, go hit yourself in the face for 11 hours. All this heroism is making me sleepy. Nap time. God, I love that sleeping theme. When you clear your mind of the day's troubles, you start to think about the goblins. They appear to be rational. Perhaps you can reach some agreement with them. Literally just poison tortured their king to get information out of him. No, not even that. I didn't even know he was going to give me information until he was already begging for water with mushroom dust in his lungs, so I just did it because fuck the Goblin King. What kind of elderly sociopath are we playing as here? Alright, we need to get our stone out right here. One good thing about the slimes is that they can apparently turn worthless rocks into gems. So, if you're looking for a pet that'll essentially pay for itself, why not head on down to your local slime shelter and ask the terrified receptionist to remove the makeshift furniture barricade in the lobby for your chance to own one of these beautiful creatures. We're following the Goblin King's advice here and popping these gems in the right holes. And there's our escape hatch out of level 2. Wonderful. I mean, if you do get stuck at any point here, puzzle-wise, they devoted like 80% of the game manual to what is pretty much a walkthrough of the entire game, which is why I always say read the bastard manual. Don't have to tell you not to step on the flame jets there, do I? Don't need a walkthrough for that. Alright, go on then, see if I can show you what this fireball spell does. I mean, I'm sure you can guess, but get right up in his grill here. Chromatacadabra! And there, somebody get an ashtray. Troll ritual knife used to declare a fight to the death. We will indeed take such an item for hilarious japes and wizard pranks in a few minutes' time. You'll have noticed the goblin didn't try to club the life out of his back there. We've reached an uneasy alliance with him at this point in the game. So why am I about to mercilessly incinerate this one? Have I no honor at all? Ah, all is not as it appears, Crusaders. 'Twas a dirty goat man in disguise using this protean ring. I better hang on to this so that no other miscreants use it for illusionary-based mischief, or the very act of it could undermine the fragile society of an opportunity for illusionary-based mischief. Must resist. Must. No, it's done now. It is I, your brother, Goblin 12D. I will now look in the goblin chest, as is my birthright as a goblin and not a wizard. Oh look, chemical atrocity weapons that you have not the loose morals to use against your enemies. Rest easy, green cowards. I will take this burden from thy cabbage-coloured shoulders. I will do the terrible things you cannot. You know, were I a naughty wizard, I could use that protean ring to assume the guise of the mortally ill Goblin King and rule this filthy kingdom as a tyrant. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll become the Goblin. Gah! How? We have met before, old man. Do you remember? Because you helped me, you may pass. But I warn you, we are at war with the trolls. Over this ladder, across the spikes, is troll territory. Very dangerous. Goblin culture is weird. If you want any more help, I can break your face open with my staff. Look out, Crusaders! Tricksy spikes! Step on one of these, it's going straight up your wizard hole. At least it's fun to die in this game, I guess. At least you get a jolly or two checking out all the death animations. Christ, this is going to be hell to edit with a second screen, isn't it? Oh no, trolls! They're so clever, so deadly, so intelligent. How will we ever... When evolution gives you horns instead of brains, the winner may pull my cart. Alright, I've been practicing this shot. Hold on. Blow! 2 for 1, shit pigs! That's very difficult to do. You should be incredibly proud of me and probably buy me a present to say thank you for showing it to you. When is National Lord Commander Day? I demand you observe it. I'm not one of those people who's just okay with getting a card either, just so you know. You dare try and fob me off with that it's the thought that counts shit. So, while most versions of the Immortal were largely identical, the Genesis port is the only one with these gruesome battle screen fatalities, and God only knows why. The initial Apple IIGS, Atari and Amiga versions didn't have this separate screen at all. All the combat took place with the exact same system, but on the standard map. And the DOS and NES ports had the battle screen but not the fatalities, and the NES version's toned down a whole bunch overall to the point where it's missing a particularly ghoulish stage later on, making this Genesis release exclusively ultra-violent. Good lord. Fall down, you hay-chewing fuck. There we go. There's another disguise if we need it. Right, let's have a nap in his dinner. I'll sleep better for having his flayed corpse standing in the middle of the room, boy howdy. No nightmares today. The poison from the spores must have killed the Goblin King, but there he was, alive! There is something magical in these dungeons. Is he just a tiny bit closer to that knife? Is it just me? Well, let's get out of here. Gotta do the next bit quickly. You can only step into the flame here when it turns purple, or you're getting fried. But even then, you gotta drop the red gem first before it will do anything for you. That'll whisk you away to the other side of the chasm at the beginning of the stage, and then it's just down the ladder to freedom. Very much worth noting actually, don't get any lazy ideas about approaching these shafts from any side except the one that the ladder's actually on, or the Immortal will slap you in the teeth for it. We are even now, wizards. Here, you will need this. He hands you a musty red carpet. It is dangerous to tread even one step in the next 2 rooms. Beyond that, and 3 ladders down is the exit. After picking up the carpet, you discover the man has vanished. Oh, the carpet. Oh, that magical goddamn motherfucking carpet. God, I hate this shit. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Aladdin 4, Aladdin in Hell. It is a fine woman's garment. Folded inside is a ring with the words, "To Anna, so harm will never find you. Your loving father, Donric." Take it. Fuck yes. A whole new world! Don't you dare close your eyes. Don't even fucking blink while you're on this carpet, unless you want to die like an Alzheimer's patient's oven pizza. In an instant, the controls go from sludgy, lag-ridden mulch to so sensitive that they cry at sanitary towel commercials. Don't let that Peking girl distract you, we'll meet her probably in a minute. But first, a nap! I love the nap mechanic. I've never identified with a fictional character more, let me tell you. What are you doing? Your beloved teacher is in danger! Fuck off, I'm tired. Vivid images of a beautiful enchanted city pass by. All the city people are young and glowing. Fountains fill the city, and the splash and sparkle of water is everywhere. Suddenly, the images go black. A face appears. Mortimer. He is different from how you remember him. His gentle features are now withered. His kind eyes, now cold and sunken, seem to look through you with a dark, penetrating stare. You wake rejuvenated, but disturbed. Like devouring a family of leprechauns alive. Your dreams, they forebode and foreshadow. You know, the best part about the plot in The Immortal is that napping is the only way to get it. Naps, man, they're just the best mechanic. Better than the goddamn carpet, at least. You know the worst thing about the carpet is that it fucking disintegrates after you've been on it for about 20 seconds. So it's not like you can take those rooms at anything near a leisurely pace. You have to bomb around on the piece of shit like you're trying to get a podium finish at the motherfucking Agrabah Sorcerer's Derby. You touch the ground for too long, a murder worm will punish you for it. You serious, man? Look what I did to your friend. That is the work of a living weapon. Right, here's the Peking girl from before. Oh baby. I was kidnapped and dragged down here. All the man would say is Mortimer's orders. I escaped using a ring my father gave me, but now I've lost it. Did you find it? Sure did, honey. And your clothes, but I'm keeping them. My hobbies are my business. Here, take this ring in return. I don't know if it will help, but I heard the unpleasant little dwarf say, clockwise 3 rings around the triangle. Could that be a clue to his exit puzzle? I must go. Goodbye. Well, it's the exact solution to... Wait, what the fuck? Give me that ring back. That's insanely powerful. I've been tricked. By a woman, of all the wretched creatures to be outwitted by. Alright, 3 laps around the magical seal here, just like the temptress said. You can elect not to give her the ring. It's no good to you, but it does change the ending slightly. Slightly, but hilariously. My chief wants to talk to you. Follow me. He walks out the door. How about please, you muculent dreg? Egad, the woman has been here laying her woman eggs. Best to take this and throw it into the sea before it hatches. We need your help. Long ago, in the Age of Dragons, there was a great spring in these dungeons, a fountain of youth. But that was long ago. Now only a trickle of enchanted water flows, and a Norlac water monster blocks our access to it altogether. The Norlac also blocks your access to the deepest level. You see, we both need the monster killed. We have a plan. The water drains into a whirlpool which is powerful enough to drown the Norlac if he got caught in it. There is a sluice gate at the other end of the tunnel. We need you to distract the Norlac so that we can open the gate to flush him down the whirlpool. What? It takes 4 of you to open the gate, does it? Unbelievable. Greetings, old friends. I have a potion you need. 60 gold pieces. Take it? Yeah, no haggling with him this time, unfortunately. What are you still looking at the map for? You just gotta open a fucking gate. Can I have that, please? Alright, we're gonna knock our potion back here, which will make us small enough to fit through the crack in the wall. It's kind of easy to lose track of your sprite on the tiles here. You gotta wait until it wears off by itself, which is unfortunate because 2 trolls are now gonna try to step on you. Surprise, filth! I am no elderly beetle. Alright, we've got some gold right here. Mystery juice, some pathetic fireball spells, a note, and this explanation for another annoying part of the game. Worm danger in room after flying lizards. The only safe path is left, down, left, down, right, up, right, down. Sensor pitch rises according to danger. Sensor lasts only a short time. And of course, you're going to effortlessly remember those directions once you actually reach the worm room, aren't you? More on that in a minute. There's a pretty magnificent way to kill the trolls from this point on that's in every version of the game except this and the DOS one. You can actually bribe the developers of the Immortal themselves in a secret chamber with a pot of coffee that's well hidden in the second flying carpet room. Now in return, they'll grant you a spell of infinite body odor that will cause the trolls to drop down dead once they come within 10 feet of you. Okay, this note will probably confuse the shit out of you and get you killed. Notice, flying lizards can be trained just after they hatch. Use bait. Arm yourself with your weakling fireball spells. There we go. And just drink the bottle right here. You're actually slowly dying from the after effects of the shrinking potion because, of course you are. Of course that was even vaguely alluded to at any point. Now, the note isn't referring to these flying lizards. No. You gotta kill these ones. There we are. Their resting animation is the same as their death animation, which is incredibly helpful. The note's actually talking about the egg you picked up at the start of the stage, which will hatch eventually, but not until you pass the motherfucking worm room. You remember those directions we got when we picked the sensor up? Yeah, me too. This'll be a fucking breeze. Oh shit, where am I going? No, get back up that ladder! The sensor's running out of battery! So the sensor's got 3 detection pitches. Lowest means you're in no danger. Highest means worm-based death is caressing your elderly buttocks. There it goes. And the idea here is you just kind of bungle a route through the room with it. But obviously it's not that simple because somebody forgot to charge the bloody thing before chucking it in a chest. So more often than not, you'll find yourself stranded. There we are. That's no time at all, is it? I've written this down, don't worry, got it in front of me. I'm pretty sure those directions you get are bogus anyway. If they weren't, why would you need the sensor? The egg you are carrying suddenly shakes violently. A crack develops. A red bird-like creature pushes its way out of the shell. The miracle of life! A new friend, a new companion. Oh, the bond we'll share. I'll be loving you. Oh, just kidding. Gonna use you as a living paperweight to hold this trapdoor open for me. Hey, don't let that slime sneak up on you while you're eating. Stupid flying reptile baby. God, parenting is exhausting. Nap time! After your last dream, you have some apprehension about falling asleep. Physical exhaustion prevails. You imagine a dragon. No, many dragons. You appear to be seeing some kind of peaceful dragon civilization. It is underground, in dungeons that look vaguely familiar. You get a strange sense of, it's difficult to pinpoint, eternity. It feels as if the civilization has existed since the beginning of time. And to think, some of those dragons would go on to become Peach Dragon, Spyro, the Legoland Dragon, Dragonheart, the Welsh Flag, Dragonheart 2, and of course, the bane of the Miami Vice Squad for 3 decades, Dragon, the coke-dealing dragon. Welcome to the realm of fucking nightmares! This giant spider nest is the area that was chopped out of the NES release, presumably because of the hideously disturbing death sequences that accompany it. Look at this. Is this not the most horrifying knife fight you will ever have? I mean, it's not the hardest knife fight you'll ever have. Look at it, this spider can't swing for shit, can it? Who taught you to fight other spiders? I guess I don't get a lot of practice throwing down, what with a lack of lunatics willing to stand directly in front of an arachnid the size of a minibus and stab it in the fucking throat. I'm just too old to give a shit, obviously. Oh, a big motherfucking spider, please, no. In my day, spiders were 3 times your size. They pulled us to school on wagons. Alright, don't get excited, we can't use this to get shit-faced and take all our clothes off. We've got to apply it to the latch of this chest because, I don't know, alcohol kills spiders? I think it's more like, imagine trying to get a drunken giant spider home after a night out. Fucking hell, it'd be falling all over itself, wouldn't it? Put that leg down first. Right, good. Now that the one on the opposite side of your thorax. This one, no, the other. This one, no. This one, yes. Now, the next one on your left side. This one, no, that's the first one again. The back one, the one before the back one. This one, no, on your left. This one. Fucking hell, we'll just get a cab. Whee! You NES owners, you really missed out on the best part of this game right here. Floating down the hall of webs like the fucking woman in black. Top banter. Fucking hell, I'm trying to park this wizard. You want to land right next to the ladder before you turn the spell off. It's the same sketchy controls that you get while you're on the magic rug. Who is leaving all this straw around? Hope these aren't goblin toilets. The goblins you met on the last level had asked you to help them flush a monster out of their water supply. But where is their water supply? You sense as you approach the next level that water is near. It's pretty realistic how you go from having these epic prophetic visions about ancient cities of dragons in your sleep to just dreaming about what shitty hole the goblins keep their bath water wet in. Sometimes dreams are pretty disappointing. As you approach, the man lifts his head. He seems to know you. I am Dunrick, he falters. I sent my servant to warn you. Mortimer isn't a prisoner. He kidnapped my daughter. Tried to threaten. He is manipulating. If I had my ring, I could... But... my servant... Give Dunrick his ring? Yes. Dunrick mutters an incantation and lowers his head. 3 spells appear in front of you. Body statue, magnetic hands, and sonic protection. Dunrick is still. But, oh, go on then, seeing as you waited so politely while I had that extensive conversation with Dunrick. You gotta love that classic troll spirit, haven't you? The goblins gave up fighting me once they saw I fit the description of a certain bearded extinction level event rolling through their dungeon, but not the trolls. They always think they're in with a shout. Foolish old man! Really? Because, you know, if you collate the battle data. You found Dunrick, did you? What did he tell you? He told you about Mortimer, didn't he? Then I'll have to kill you! Whoa, slow down, man, that's not... Did you find Dunrick? You did, didn't you? Did he tell you about Mortimer's evil scheme? He did, didn't he? No. What? Oh, I see! Shit! You're just as bad at fighting as when I stopped that easily defeatable goblin from crushing you in the second room of the fucking game. Why is literally everybody so much worse at hand-to-hand combat than a goddamn wizard? I'm going to sleep. You lie uncomfortably for a long time, wondering what dreams will visit you. You unwillingly fall asleep, thinking about the city, the fountains you dreamt of 3 long days ago. You are inside a room at a meeting between city officials and wizards. The officials want water access. They are planning a siege. The wizards are arguing over a weapon they have created. There is some problem with it. The dream changes. You see a wall of fire. Now, in the flames, you see men attacking dragons. There is a flash. All are dead. You see another attack. Defending himself, a dragon incinerates the army, but then another flash kills him instantly. Armies block the exits of the dungeons, trapping the dragons inside. One escapes. See, that was an awesome dream. Now the next one will be about trolls growing potatoes or some shit. Ah, god damn it, here we go. This has my vote for the hardest part of the whole game. Now we've got to row our barrel to the end of the reservoir here and get the Norlac to chase us all the way back to a whirlpool past the ladder we just came down. It is so easy to die here, just because the Norlac is so unreasonably fucking fast, and it's kind of a bitch to take corners on this. You couldn't give me a raft at least? Really? Alrighty. And we're off! Right, now that was a pretty clean start there. We might actually be in with a shot. Now watch how close these bubbles get as we head up this straight right here. You see how they're pulling alongside you already? Now that is where around 95% of your attempts to beat this section will fail, because the Norlac will just rubber band straight into that corner and grab you as you're trying to come around it. Right, now the pace chills a tiny bit after that. Now if you come down this whirlpool too soon, you'll just die, which we might have done. Oh, no, there he goes. Thank fucking god. You hear a voice. Could you be dreaming? You remember the raging current of the vortex pulling you toward a hole in the floor. But now it is quiet. Time has passed. You sense that someone or something is nearby. Well, it might just be a boss fight! Let's do this shit. Now, as frustratingly obtuse as it is, I've got to say, I've always loved this final showdown. So many games have tried to do the whole wizard versus wizard battle, and so few of them managed to pull it off as convincingly as the Immortal does. Right, now we're gonna chuck ourselves down a pit here. Look, staff snaps in half. Or did it? God, I'm a great magician. My word. Oh shit, a dragon! Being set on fire, my only weakness. I'm in no way equipped to deal with this at all. Right, now the dragon makes some really strange fucking noises here, like he's got a voice box or something. The eventual fate of all dragons after a lifetime of smoke inhalation, one would imagine. So, you have no chance at all, actually. Oh shit, that's the wrong spell. Excuse me. So, you have no chance of actually defeating the dragon in any real sense. Although, given our knife-fighting prowess, I'd be pretty confident our chances if the giant scaly pussy would move in a bit closer and say that shit to my face. So, you gotta momentarily stop existing every time he breathes fire on you. Right, now the window's pretty tight here, fraction too early or too late and you burn like the witch you are. And once you're out blinks, you still got a fire protection scroll. What ho, dragon? Dost thou call that fire? He's worn himself out, bless him. Now you hit him with the amulet. Hey, wake up and take a look at this, you little bitch. Ah! Best dragon. Fool! Read the words! I've waited 1,000 years for this! Read the words! Fine, then I'll just take back my amulet. I have other students who will come, prepared to die. What? I will not tolerate rudeness from a birthday magician! Alright, Mortimer's gonna blast us with some high-level wizardry right here, and we gotta defend against it. Ah! Nice try, you basic mage. Oh! What will thou attempt to slay me with next, charlatan? Coloured handkerchiefs? He's gonna mix it up and go for a sonic blast now. Amusing! Maybe the best thing about this intense contest is how the dragon's just kind of watching it happen like a tennis match. Why do I turn into such a cowardly looking statue? Oh shit, it's Death! Sorry, Death, not today. You have no more defenses, my student. What a pity I wasted so much time on you. You don't think you made it here on your own, do you? Look at me. Do I remind you of a merchant, perhaps? Who do you think left you those chests? Do you even know why I summoned you? 1,000 years ago I created this amulet to kill the dragons that governed the Fountain of Youth. But this one escaped. He came back and destroyed my city. I was the sole survivor. Now I have returned to reclaim the fountain that gave me 1,000 years of life. You were to kill the dragon for me. You see, the power the amulet takes to kill a dragon will also kill the one using it. So I can't attack the dragon myself. But as long as I have this amulet, the dragon won't attack me. What a shame Mortimer never learned the CNPC inventory spell, because I got one left, bitch. Thank you, and good night! And there, that's as satisfying a villain's death as I think you're gonna get in the turn of the 90s gaming, quite honestly. But of course, you're out of magic now, so how do you... Rope-a-cadabra! I did it! I don't even need the scrolls anymore, right? Oh, it's Anna, never mind. Now, now if you didn't give Anna the ring, don't worry. You still get rescued and that, but... it's a goblin that comes down to get you instead, and nothing wrong with that, except you hold each other so fucking tenderly as you ascend out the cave. It's... I mean, you end up with Anna, but I think we all know what you really wanted. The journey out of the dungeons takes 2 days, but with Anna by your side, time seems unimportant. The water invigorates you with new youth, and you discover a new spring to your walk. As you travel, your thoughts return to Mortimer and the dragon. They were alike, in a way, each the only survivor of a civilization destroyed by the other more than 1,000 years ago. They were an equal match. Also, and it seems strange that you would tilt the balance of a conflict forged so long ago. There we are. No alternative ending where it's wedding bells for the happy gay interspecies goblin wizard couple, unfortunately, but you know, it was 1990, and I mean, is the world even ready for that now? Personally, I was rooting for a little action with the giant spider.